Do you ever feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? Like there's so much to do, so much to figure out, but you don't know where to even begin? Stress can make us feel like we're drowning in responsibilities, but I found something that really helps me keep my head above water, and that's journaling. It's such a simple tool, but it has the power to shift everything. Today, I want to walk you through exactly how I use journaling to manage stress so you can feel more in control, more grounded, and more at peace. Let's talk. Hi, I'm Frida, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is where we dive into all things self care with a focus on journaling. I'm a big believer that taking time to reflect on paper can transform not just our day to day, but our whole mindset. Stress is something that none of us can avoid. It's just a part of our lives. But how we manage it, that's within our control. And journaling is one of the most effective tools I've found to take that control back. So today, I'm sharing how you can use journaling to manage the stress in your own life, even if you're completely new to the practice. I know stress can feel isolating sometimes, like you're the only one struggling. But trust me, you are not alone. We all deal with it, and that's why I love having these conversations with you. Let's support each other on this journey. And if you've got a journaling tip that helps you manage stress, drop it in the comments. I'm always learning too. Let's start with why journaling can be such a game changer when it comes to stress. You know how sometimes your mind is racing and it feels like you're just spinning in circles? Journaling takes all those thoughts and worries out of your head and puts them on paper. It's like a mental dump. Once it's out, you can look at it more clearly, organize your thoughts, and see things for what they are. It helps you to get a grip on what's going on internally so that you can make sense of the chaos. But beyond just getting your thoughts out, journaling allows you to reflect. It's a space where you can process what's going on, identify patterns, and find solutions. It gives you the clarity to respond to stress instead of just reacting to it, and that's huge. Let's dive into one of the biggest stressors we all deal with, feeling overwhelmed by everything we have to do. Have you ever looked at your to-do list and thought, there's absolutely no way I can get all of this done? I have. And sometimes that overwhelm can keep us stuck. We don't do anything because we don't know where to start. This is where journaling really helps me. What I do is start with a brain dump. I take my journal and I just write down everything that is weighing on me, the work tasks, the home responsibilities, things I've promised other people, even the little stuff like calling my friend back or scheduling an appointment. Get it all out. Don't worry about organizing it at first, just let it flow. Once it's all on paper, I'll go back through and ask myself, what needs my attention right now? What can wait? And what can I delegate or let go of? Prioritizing is key here. When you see everything in front of you, you realize that maybe not everything is urgent. And sometimes the things that feel huge in your mind aren't actually that big when you write them down. This process helps me to take a step back and break my day into manageable pieces, which reduces so much of the initial stress that I felt. Now let's talk about boundaries. If you're anything like me, you probably have a hard time saying no. We want to be there for everyone. We want to help. We want to show up. But sometimes that can leave us feeling drained and stressed out. Journaling has helped me recognize where I need to set boundaries in my life. Now here's how you can do it. Take some time to reflect in your journal on where you're feeling overwhelmed. Ask yourself, are there certain areas in my life where I feel stretched too thin? Maybe it's at work, maybe it's with friends or family, or maybe it's just with your own expectations. Write it down. Once it's on paper, start exploring where you can set some healthy boundaries. For example, maybe you need to limit your availability to others after a certain time of day. Or maybe you need to say no to a project that doesn't align with your priorities. When I first started journaling about boundaries, I realized that I was giving way too much of my time and energy to things that weren't serving me. Writing about it helped me to see where I needed to make changes. It doesn't mean that we stop caring or helping others. It just means that we start prioritizing our own well being too. Now, let's talk about identifying stress triggers. Sometimes we're stressed and we don't even know why, or we think we know, and when we dig deeper, we realize that it's something else completely. Journaling is an amazing tool for reflecting on what's really causing our stress. Here's what I do. I sit down and ask myself, what's been stressing me out lately? And I just start writing. Sometimes the answer is obvious, like a big deadline at work, but other times it's a lot more subtle. Maybe it's the way that I've been reacting to certain situations, or maybe it's a combination of small things that have piled up over time. Once you've identified the triggers, the next step is to look at how you've been responding to them. Are there certain stressors that always get to you? Are there patterns in how you handle stress that you want to change? Reflecting on this in your journal can help you become more aware of your habits, and once you're aware, you can start making conscious changes. This process is about understanding yourself better and finding ways to reduce the impact stress has on your life. Now, I know you might be thinking, I don't have time to sit down and journal every day. Trust me, I get it. Life is busy, but here's the thing. Journaling doesn't have to take hours. Even just 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a difference. It's about creating space for yourself to unwind and process everything that's going on. Here's a routine that works for me. Every night before bed, I spend about 5 to 10 minutes in my journal. I ask myself 3 simple questions. What's on my mind? What do I need to let go of? And what's one small thing I can do tomorrow to take care of myself? And that's it. It's short, simple, but incredibly effective. It helps me to clear my mind before bed so that I'm not laying there with a million thoughts swirling around. You can also start your morning with a quick journaling session. Just a few minutes to set your intentions for the day and to get clear on what your priorities are. Whether you do it in the morning, at night, or somewhere in between, the key is consistency. The more you do it, the more natural it will feel. Now, I want to encourage you, if you've never journaled before, or if you tried it and didn't stick with it, give it another shot. You don't have to be perfect at it, and you don't have to write a novel every time you sit down. Just start small. Let journaling be a safe space for you to process your thoughts, release your stress, and take care of yourself. Remember, stress is a part of life, but we don't have to let it control us. Journaling is just one tool to help you manage it, and I truly believe it can make a difference for you like it has for me. All right, friends, I hope today's video gave you some helpful tips to start using journaling as a tool for stress management. I would love to hear how it goes for you, so drop a comment below and let's keep this conversation going. Also, be sure to check out the Simply Chic Journal Collection to find a journal that fits your style. And don't forget to subscribe. In our next video, we're talking about overcoming negative thoughts, another major stressor for a lot of us. I'll be sharing some journaling prompts and techniques to help you shift your mindset and quiet that inner critic. Until then, take care of yourself and keep journaling for self-care. You're worth it.